Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning and good evening to every one of you. So we are going to have a demo session for SAP TRM, Treasury and Risk Management. Abhi is going to take up the session for the day, and he'll be the mentor for you guys going forward. He is having more than 21 years of experience altogether, and he's a solution architect in one of the big four companies. He's having a very vast experience in implementation, rollout projects, and also support projects, as well as he is very good in mentoring the participants. Okay, he's having a very wide range of experience, and we are conducting this training since 2022 onwards, and we have successfully completed many batches, and we have a very good review for the completed batches as well, the participants who has given the review on directly on the LinkedIn. Okay, so I don't want to take much time of yours. So Abhi, over to you. You can start the session. I'm making you organizer, sorry, presenter.
Yeah, thank you, Vairaj. Hi, hello everyone. So, one minute. So before I just start sharing my screen, already you know about me that I'm into the SAP for many years. N- Basically, I came from domain backgrounds, a banking, finance background, and then I moved to IT. So overall, I'm having a 20 plus years experience. So I just wanted to understand all of you, like, what is your background? I'm not asking many of yours, I mean, many details of yours, but just to ask you, what is your background? What are you doing? That's it. Like, what are the areas you're doing? Are you working in SAP? Or if SAP, which areas of SAP? And how many years of experience? That's all. Can you please quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Abhishek. Can you hear me?
Yes, Abhishek, I can able to hear you. Yes, please go on.
Uh, I am working as a SAP FI consultant in one of the software company and into the support project.
Very good, Abhishek. Okay. Thank you. Other participant, please share your experience. Like, what are you doing? What is your experience?
Hi, this is the Anjaneyulu. Oh, I'm working with TCS as a SAP FICO consultant. So I'm working with a support project, and
Hmm.
also earlier I have before SAP I worked in like general finance and accounts. Since
Very
five
good.
years I'm
Okay.
working with TCS as a support project as a functional consultant. This is like overall,
Hmm.
yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Engineer. Others, please.
Hello, Abhi.
Hi.
Yeah. This is Dinesh. So I have like 9 years of experience in accounts and finance. Then from last 8 years, I'm working SAP FICO. Now I am serving in DRC Congo in Africa region as a SAP FICO manager over here from last
Very good.
5 months.
Okay. Very good. Others,
Yeah.
please.
Hello, Shahid.
Hi, Shahid.
Currently I am working as an SAP finance and controlling consultant in one of the big four consultancy firm. So the objective is that we can expand our expertise in SAP TRM. So have a
Very good.
nice day.
Yeah. Very good. Vaidehi, are you there?
Yes, yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Vaidehi.
Hi. My name is Vaidehi and I am in a software company. So I am on support project for treasury and also working for finance.
Okay. Okay. Great. So most of you working as a finance consultant, right? In into SAP. Uh, so I just wanted to understand because I just don't wanted to read the PPP and PPT and tell you what is there, what is not there in SAP TRM. Just very basic questions. I mean, okay, let me open one Excel, right? I just wanted to understand. Anybody is left? Balaji, are you there?
Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir. Are you getting
Good
my
evening,
voice?
Balaji. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
this
very
is
much.
Balaji.
Hi,
Actually,
Balaji.
I'm not able to see the screen.
No, I have not yet shared. I just
Oh,
wanted to
okay, okay.
take the background of it. What is your background, Balaji?
Okay, so I am MBA in finance and I'm having around 12 years of domain experience. After that, 2 years of SAP FICO consulting experience.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let me share my screen. So I just wanted to understand. Okay, let me put it as an. Okay, this is the. Okay, so anybody has an idea what is the TRM module all about? What is the like? What do you understand by this particular course, Treasury and Risk Management? What do you think? Just an understanding. I just want everybody should participate so that we'll have some kind of understanding. Like what do you think about this TRM module? Anything you can say that. What do you think? Like, what are the things to be there?
It's all about
Balaji. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
go
please,
ahead, go
please.
ahead. It's all about the company money, okay,
Mhm.
and how it's flowing basically to the
Mhm.
treasury money and the incoming flow basically and outgoing flow and how we can put the controls over there. This is what I feel.
Okay, okay. Fine. Any others view, any others comment? Why this particular module has got a growing importance nowadays? And I understand, like I know that because you might have seen a lot of demands. So I just wanted to understand from your point of view, what do you think? What is the treasury module all about?
Yes, yes, yes. So in the FICO, basically the people posting the general vouchers, general postings.
Mm-hmm.
So when the business wants, example, some detail, what you say, detail information about their investments, like you say the shares, the debentures, are the any the maturity of the letter of credit or bank guarantee sort of things, which is payable might be in some tenure or after some period. Okay, to get all these details we like they all things in the details they need this module, basically this TRM modules
Okay,
to.
so you said the details of the module. Like what kind of module? Any understanding? What I mean, say example, SAP TRM. You say you use lot of jargons like investment, letter of credit,
Yes,
and all these things. Like,
investments, basically
mhm.
all the investments and the liabilities for the
Okay,
financial liabilities, the financial investments.
okay. Any other? Okay, I understand your
Yeah, yeah.
point. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes, yes.
Any other points? Anybody?
See, as I mentioned that it's company money. So basically, with the help of treasury module, we
Mhm.
can look at the financial stability. Okay,
Okay,
we
what sort of
can
financial stability you mean to say?
how the cash is coming in. Basically,
Hmm.
optimizing the cash flows and all.
Optimizing the cash means optimizing the cash in the way like maximizing the
Yeah,
benefit of the cash. Okay, okay,
correct.
yeah, fine. Yeah, this is one of the objective. Yeah, I'm fine. Any other? I please other people do participate in this conversation so that we should have a kind of an. I mean, I just wanted to have an idea from you. Like, what do you think? What is your perception about this module, this particular TRM module?
As the name suggests, from my opinion, TRM is related to cash management during our day-to-day business operations and minimizing the risk involved, means so that there would be minimum loss and maximum profit can be optimized. Yeah.
Mhm. So you are talking about the one part of it, that is cash management. Cash management is basically a module which talking about what is your cash positions, but it is not talking about the how to do the risks minimize or maximize profit. No, it is not talking about that. But anyway, thanks for participating. Any other people? Any
This,
other?
this module is also help about the, streamline the
Mhm.
processes, like the day-to-day activity, what is happening in the treasury, like payments and other stuff. So that also get, process automated through this module.
Process automations. Okay, process automated, you said.
Yeah.
Some okay, fine, fine. This is also one of the point to be noted. Yeah, fine. Yes. Any other points? Okay, let me explain to you first. When you're talking about the treasury module, treasury, it has a two component of it. One is the treasury and one is the risk management. So when you talk about the treasury module, as I said, two portion of it. When you say treasury, it is talking about the various financial instruments. How these financial instruments, we, I mean, these financial instrument as a part of the process, we bring it to the SAP. Example here, see, when you do the investment, so example, in short, we're talking about in this treasury module, debt and investment. Okay, this module. And this module is completely talks about risk management, how to mitigate the risks. You remember, understand one thing, we cannot, uh, you know, ignore, or we cannot ignore the risk. We cannot completely move out our risks. What we can do, we can minimize the risks. What is the way to minimize the risks? The risk minimization, there is a various tools of it via which we minimize the risks. One would be the cap, the another transaction could be floor, then interest rate swap, cross currency swap, forward contract, okay, non deliverable forward. So these are the risk management instruments, okay, via which we can minimize our risks. We cannot completely, we cannot completely remove the risks should be there, but how can we can minimize the risks to some extent, to great extent, some extent, whatever you say. Okay, now come to the financial instrument, treasury products, financial instrument. Now, why we say in short, debt and investment. So when you're talking about the debts, it talk about the all the loans could be in various forms. So when you talk about the debt, we talk about basically loans in the form of various names of the loan. Okay, the loan's name would be, sometimes you may uh, knowing as an example, term loan, then working capital demand loan, then there is an call, I'm talking about the debt, what kind of debt normally industry will be used, working capital demand loan, packing credit limit, packing credit, okay, again packing credit in foreign currency, foreign currency. Okay, so it has a many name, let's say buyer's credit. Okay, so and then you have an overdraft facility, overdraft. So when you go for treasury implementation or treasury as a module, you can come across various debt instrument product, and the instruments will be again segregated into many other ways, called fund based versus non fund based limits. Like again there would be a segregations of this loan called fund based versus fund based, non fund based. Okay, so under the non fund based there would be, these are all talking about the fund based, and then we're talking about the non fund based. Non fund based would be your letter of credit, letter of credit, bank guarantee, or some, and another is a corporate guarantee. Okay, so these are the various instruments the corporates are being used, corporate using as a financial instruments. And when you're talking about the investment point of view, there are various. Let me put it this side. When you talk about these are the all the debt product, and similarly when you talk about the investments, so there will be various different kind of investment, let's say in the fixed term deposit, or we call it as in fixed deposit. Then we have an what is that called, commercial paper, investment in shares, investment in on bonds, investment into bonds, then mutual funds, and number of things are there. I'm sorry, just give me a moment, please. Okay, can you all able to see my screen? So
Yep.
the fund bonds could be many sort of bonds are there again, fixed versus variable. There will be called masala bond, various names. So the entire treasury module is segregated into this treasury and risk management, as I said. And these are the various risk financial instruments which talking about the risk management perspective. So example, when you, let's say you wanted to take an when you're going to take a floor, when you're going to take a cab. So how this risk management associated with that? Let's say you wanted to mitigate the risks. I mean to not completely mitigate, a kind of and reduce the risks, or so you may go with a forward contract. Let's say you wanted to buy, you already, let's say, purchase something, raw material from US, and the payment would be maybe 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, and you know that there is a risk of currency risk for the country you are dealing with, right? So to mitigate that risk, you may go to take forward contract. So these are the various financial instrument, and the most important point is, um, being a treasury consultant, you should be aware about this financial instrument, how basically they works. Okay, so no worries if you don't have a prior knowledge how it works. In this training you can come to know how basically the financial instruments work, what is the nature, how it works, what is this process all about. So when you're talking about the treasury module, we're not talking about this only uh, you know um capturing the transactions. Let's say if I wanted to do the investment in FD, let's say I post an FI entry, right? I can do that. Example, I'm just giving an example. Let's say many companies I have seen where the treasury module is not implemented. In that case, they have implemented FI module. Now, in this case, what happened? Let's say very simplified way. Okay, let's say I wanted to do an investment. Let's say I've done, let's say company invested 50, okay, let's say 10 million into fixed deposit. Now tell me one thing, can't I do this posting into the FI? I can, no? I can do that, right? In even if I do not implement the SAP TRM module, I still can able to post this transaction into FI. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we can do.
Yes. So, so how you do that? I'll just post in manual journal voucher. I will create one fixed deposit account, one GL account, where it will say fixed deposit account debit, right, to outgoing bank clearing account or bank account credit. Correct, no?
Yes,
Now,
correct.
if I so, and at the time of maturity, let's say if I've invested and at the time return, I mean when I the my maturity get, I mean when it is near to the maturity, when it is matured, the investment, what I do, I'll say incoming, right, or bank account debit, right, to fixed deposit, right, fixed deposit account credit. If I receive any interest, again I'll post another entry. I'll say this is would be, let's say, principal interest on FD would be all expenses losses are, I mean okay, all gains and income credit, okay, debit credit. So now you tell me, what is the challenge here? Is there any challenge when I can do this entire transaction into journal voucher? Why I need TRM module? This is the first question your client may ask you. I'm able to do this particular posting. Why I need TRM module? Any food for thought?
Interest will get calculated automatically through treasury module.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Interest can be get automatically calculated through treasury module.
Madam, I don't need. I'll just do one thing. I will make it at the time of maturity, whatever the amount, I will post to in transactions.
See,
That
this is
is
called
automatic
yeah, got it.
automatic calculation, fine, but my, as a say example, you are giving a solution to me as a customer. Let's say I'm a customer of yours, you think of it and I said, okay madam, no problem, I can post a manual entry. But you rightly said one thing, that interest can be calculated automatically. But the client said, okay, no problem, at the time of maturity I will, once the money comes, I will, based on the bank statement, I'll update the entry. Correct, no?
Correct.
What else? You think of it.
See,
But
example.
doing manual JVs, we can through treasury model. It will automatically get posted through ABB1, right?
No, that is different. I see, that is buying the module then goes to DBB1 is one thing. I'm saying the logic perspective. See, everything I can do it if I. Why we need TRM module? Let's say in this case.
So example, we have more than one FDs, example 20, 30, 40 FDs, which having different dates, maturity date. So with this module, we can get all the details in like one report about all the FDs, their description, all the details.
Yes, one of the things, as you said, that if I have got a 20 FD example, okay, let's say fine, 20 FD I have, but I have been 10 people. Don't you think that 20 FD can be posed by them manual JB, right? I can do it, right?
Yes, yes, might be.
Like it is
Yes.
comes under all cash liquidity management. So cash flow purpose, we need to maintain like outgoing bank, incoming bank. Like this is
So,
one kind of cash liquidity management, I think.
no problem. I'm saying that cash and liquidity is fine. So anyway, I can get the report, right? So if I go to the GL account, like fixed term
Basically, all
deposit.
this will be automated. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When you receive these entries will be automated. Instead of posting the manual JV, it can be posted through the bank statement. So this can be done through the treasury module. Okay,
No, no,
this is what.
no, no, that is absolutely fine. I'm not
Hmm.
denying your thing. I'm saying that anyway, I can do these things automatically fine. But what are the major hurdles? So you are all talking about one thing, automated can be done. Automated, yes, I completely agree. I can do this posting automatically. But what are the benefits it will give me? Say example, if I have a 20 FD for 20 FD, do you think that I can go with the SAP TRM module? Answer is no, right?
No,
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now I'll tell you what. The first of all, we need to, I'm just giving an example here. You might start thinking about only one person is said. Let's say the number of investments are more. Let's say I have in hundreds, 200 FDs, 400 FDs. So many FDs are there. By an important point to be noted. See, majorly when you go for implementation, maybe after 6 months, 7 months down the line after taking up the course, you will find most of the time the corporates are doing investment in FD not for the earning interest. They are doing the investment in FD for their to make some kind of lien. That means as a part of security deposit, or the putting the FD as a part of for their LC, a requirement. Say example, if they wanted to open a letter of credit, in that case bank will see whether that much of amount is available in the bank account or not. If not, they ask the customer, please provide that much of mortgage property or security deposits as a part of it. So this would be a part of securities. So most of the times those investment what you're doing, it is not part of majorly as a part of investment, and you need a report out of it. You're getting my point. So mostly an investment would be categorized this fixed term deposit, a specific purpose of it. From this particular manual JV, you may get the information, the posting of it, maturity of it, but the information which you do not get it, it's called the purpose of the FD. What are the different categories of FD? Why you have done that investment in FD? What are the use of this particular FD? And I wanted to see the FD, different kind of FD called Dasara FD. We have an FD for different purpose of it. LC backed FD, corporate guarantee backed LC. Those kind of information you never get it. Okay, that is the reason we need and TRM module. Not only for this particular things, but it is from the process point of view. So when you're talking about the process point of view, we are talking about only posting. From posting, what you get, we get this on the accounting entry. But treasury structure, when you're talking about the entire organization structure of treasury, it has a three structure, like that the organization structure distributed into front office, front office, middle office, back office, right? Now, every organization, see example, uh, tell me, you all are working in SAP FICO. FICO. See, these particular activities of FI can be maintained in Tally as well, right? I don't know how many of you heard of Tally. It is also one of the accounting software. So
correct.
it is also doing the same thing. Then why we need SAP? Any idea? See, when we can do all this posting in Tally software also, why we need a SAP? Because SAP is talking about process point of view, right? It is talking from not only from the accounting point of view, it is an integrated ERP, right? Means it's an ERP,
Correct.
enterprise business solution. So it
Yeah.
will try to get this all the integrated approach. Example, purchase order, then once the purchase order created, you send the items to, and then it's talking about the integrated. Tally is not talking about the integrated system, it's talking about the simple accounting posting. When you're talking about the integrated, we also bring the organization structure into SAP, right? Like who's the department, who is doing what, right? So similarly, in treasury, it is more about the process. Treasury department is a segregated into these three divisions called front office, middle office, back office. Now this accounting posting, it's a part of all sort of payments and accounting are part of the back office team. However, there will be front office team who takes care of the creation of the various sort of fixed deposit with the bank. They are going to a bank, negotiating with the bank to get the best rate out of it. And there is a process point of view. Someone who is going to negotiate first, they will go and collection. I mean, see, when you're talking about the treasury as a process point of view, so what are the things? So first of all, you basically collect the quote, right? Quote from different different banks. What kind of quotes? Let's say I wanted to do a investment of, let's say, 100 million for, let's say, for 7 months, right? This is my funds. This is my fund. Now, to invest the fund, is it like that? Like, I have two banks. Whosoever is talking to me very politely, I'll go to do the investment. No, it is not like that. So what the treasury department, this is more about process point of view. So they first go and collect the quotes quotes from banks, right? Quotes from different banks. Example, they go to the, let's say, Citibank. Okay, they said, okay, this is my fund. What would be the rate of interest you'll provide? They said, okay, we'll give it 5.25%. Okay, let's say one is saying 5% I'll give. And they will approach to the another bank, or let's say State Bank of India. They said, okay, I will give 5.25%. Okay, and okay, and okay, the people who are not talking, could you please mute yourself, because I can see there are a lot of noises coming. So I don't know who has done that, but just wanted to say, if you're not talking, please mute yourself. Now let's say 5%. Then there will be another bank, let's say called ICICI Bank. So he said, I'll give it, okay, a little higher, let's say 5.35%. And there is another bank called Yes Bank. Okay, it's saying call, I will give it 5.50, right? 50%. Now tell me, this is okay. So first of all, is talking about this process point of view. They will collect the code, and then there will be various parameters. Like let's say they cannot go and say blindly, I just wanted to invest in this particular bank because rate of interest is high. So there is called a decision matrix. Decision matrix. So via the decision matrix, what will happen means they wanted to analyze all the banks with the various parameter. One parameter would be like quote from different bank. Another parameter would be like ROI, rate of interest. Then ratings of the bank, right? Ratings of the bank. What are the other things? So these are the various. So what happened when I go and check the rating of the bank, I find, okay, this is A plus, A plus. This is A plus, A double plus. It is A minus, or let's say B minus. Now, now your decision making will get changed, right? The moment you come to know, okay, rate of interest could be high, but if I see the rating factor of the bank, this is B minus. That means it's not good. So these kind of decision matrix they will be taking, they will be doing it, and after that, this decision they will be sending it to the approval authority, right? Approval authority. So approval authority, based on this parameter, he will mean they will do this kind of all sort of analysis based on the various parameters, and then they will send all their analysis to the approval authority, and approval will see that, and let's say from that they said, okay, SBI is much, even though it is A plus, not A the plus plus, but still I can go ahead because it is government backed. So I will do this analysis giving to the approval authority, and then the authority, let's say it would be maybe the CEO or maybe the treasury head, right? Anybody can approve, and then uh, they will say, okay, you can start doing this one. I am approving to invest in the SBI. Then what they will happen, they will transfer the funds from one bank to the bank from which they wanted to send the money to the bank. So then fund transfer will happen. I mean, after approval, there is a call creation of deal. Like they will go and talk to the bank saying that this is the amount, this is the amount I'm investing into that. So and once they said, okay, you transfer on so and so day, this is the thing, and I'll create the deal into the system. And then before doing the investment, once the approval done, uh, there will be front office team who will perform the creation of the deal. Creation of the deal is nothing but an keeping all the data. It's kind of a master, you would say, a big master in TRM, where you'll have all the information. What is the start date of the deal, what is the end date of the deal? Example, I'll show you that. Let's say uh, I hope you can able to see my screen, right? Is my screen visible to you all?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say this is the call deal. So now you see here, example is very small amount. So example, let's say this is a kind of amount. What is the start date of this particular deal? What is the end date of this thing? Who is the counterparty here? Now, who is the counterparty here? Let's say this is the fixed term deposit. It is less than more than 365 days. What is the amount of investment? Who is the counterparty here? Means uh, to whom I am doing this investment. What is the percentage here? What is the interest calculation method? Whether I'm getting the interest at the end of the day, end of the term, or the monthly or the daily, right? And I can also go and see the various other details. Example, what is the rating? If I wanted to update, see the rating of the bank, I can go and update it here. I can get this information. For that, interface has to be built. I would also see what is the payment detail, from which house bank you are going to make the payment of the bank. And also I can able to see what is my cash flows. That means this is my inflows, as you said, right? These are the important points to be checked. Like as a treasury manager, they wanted to see, okay, at the reporting level, what is my inflow and outflow of this particular product point of view. If I have hundreds of investment, what is that in this inflow? It talks about how much amount I am paying and how much would be the maturity amount. So these deals talks about everything. So example, here is a process. The moment as I said, that this deal creation would be done by the front office team as a draft kind of thing. The moment you create this particular deal, it would be created as a draft mode. That means you cannot do this any posting until unless middle office team, who is the inspection team here, who will go and validate this particular deal and approve it. What are the things? There is an approval transaction code called the TM00. So using this particular screen would be provided to the middle office team, who are, it's kind of who will go and do all sort of activities. You can see he can do the settlement, he can give notice, he can do rollover of it. That means, what do you mean by of these things? That means, example, if this kind of investment I wanted to withdraw, I wanted to give notice, termination notice, that I don't wanted to continue, I can do it. Who will do that? These are the activities of the middle office team. Then rollover. Rollover means if, let's say, I have done the investment of the FD, let's say for 7 months. Now I wanted to extend because I don't think my fund requirements are there. I wanted to extend for 1 more month. That process is called the rollover. And there is a called settlement process. Settlement process is nothing but an whatever is being created by the front office team, it would be validated by the middle office team, saying that whether all the terms and conditions are okay or not, right? Example, let's say whether he has entered the front office correct payment amount, whether the start date, end date is fine, the percentage, rate percentage from where they will get it. So doing the before doing the investment, they will get all this details from the bank. Okay, for this particular amount, what is the rate of interest? What is the interest calculation method? What is the start date? What is the end date? Every detail they will go and validate based on the document, contract document with the bank, and he will go and match it. What is the start date, contract date, I mean, like that. So, there are certain more fields here like guarantor, assignment, internal reference. See, what happen is whenever you do any investment with the bank will provide a kind of internal reference number for the against each and every fixed deposit. So this internal information, like bank information, we can update it here. So and then we have, because see what happened, if you think of it, reporting level, nobody wanted to go and see this information, go to the deal, come to the deal and see that. As a treasury manager, he would like to see this report here. Example, transaction manager, transaction manager, money market, let's say, information system, position, flow. So you can see here, this is called the cash flow. Now, let's say if I go to that TD1, let's say I wanted to see the report for all the fixed deposit. I don't wanted to go and see the report because let's say I have created a portfolio called FD. So example, if I created this particular portfolio and I wanted to see what is the position of my fixed deposits, all my fixed deposit, and so I can go and execute, I can see this. So he can, from this particular report, he can go and see, okay, this particular deal has been created and it is in a block for posting, posting carried out, flag for posting. Okay, this is block for posting because of any reason the investment has been blocked for posting or flag for posting. So these are the inflow of this thing. So example, this is minus means these are all the outflow, and wherever there is an no sign, that would be inflow of these things. This is the inflow. So this is the way they want to go and see the report, and they would understand the report in a way, in this way, based on various criteria, like what is the, these are the called the flows. Whether it's an investment increase, mean we have done the investment with the bank. Okay, and also there is a report called TRM1. Okay, now let's say if I go and I wanted to see, example TD1, let's say I wanted to see the report, what is the start date of this particular FD, what is the end date of the FD, all these things I can see it. So treasury is not about that only, posting a transaction, automations of it. It's all about the reporting also, because it is their life. Now coming to the point, so example, these are the ways that duties, the segregation of duties would be performed. Like front office team will create this particular, all this negotiation with the bank, and then create a deal. Then front office will validate the transaction which is being entered by the front office, and the back office would be responsible for all sort of payment, accounting, posting, everything. So what the payment, so before payment they wanted to see whether I have a sufficient cash available or not. In this, for that, they go and see the cash management report. That's why, and cash management report is one of the vital report which talks about what is the cash position today. If I have to make a payment to any supplier, I should know what is my available bank. I cannot go and log in every time to the bank portal and see what is my actual cash. So That's the reason SAP has given the cash management report. It's a part of um, cash management. It's a cash and bank management. The reports every day it tells me about what is my current position of cash. If I don't have in cash, whether based on this report I can determine whether to go with a loan or any other things. So that is before he initiate the payment, he will go and see, check the payment. If the payment is not there, he will try to see other bank account. If there is a value, then he will transfer all the things. It's called the bank to bank transfer, and then payment happen. And this is all about this treasury module as such. Now come to that, we are talking about the very basic part of the treasury module. Now let's talk about more, more of it. Now why we know it, why I should go and buy that SAP Treasury module. See, first of all, these kind of approval matrix, decision making, segregation of duties, it cannot be done in FI module if you do not implement. But then you need some module which takes care of all this organization structure. Why organization structure? Because this is a segregation of duties. Because any organization cannot work without cannot work on the trust only, because if I trust you, I'll do everything you perform. No, this is not the purpose. I mean, any organization, enterprise you go, they believe in the segregation of duties. That means I do not allocate all the work and responsibility to one person. Rather, I will segregate the responsibility to two different teams, two different persons, so that my work would be monitored by other one, and other works would be monitored by other one and another person. So these are segregation of duties will be performed. So all these decision metrics, responsibilities of the front office, middle office, treasury heads would be performed under this module and the reporting of it. Okay, now come to the another things. Many times when you go for the implementation, I find that we find normally they are doing these things in Excel. Now what are the complications will come? Say example, let's say they are implementing, I mean, all doing all the things in Excel. If one particular key person is leaving, then it would be very difficult, right? If some one person who is maintaining that, if this person is not coming, or if it's taking off, or is leaving the organization, again running, maintaining everything, checking from other person in Excel, sending that Excel to the via email, it would be very tedious job. That means most of the treasury end user, their life would be under the Excel only. They cannot go out from the Excel, because everything would be Excel. They want to give Excel report to the manager in Excel, taking approval, building various report in Excel. Difficulties would be where, I tell you, difficulties would be till the time they will not find any difficulties creating different Excel. For that, difficulties would be when they do the month end activities. Example, the first problem, like if I talking about the common challenges, what are the common challenges you think it of? Any wild guess? The common challenges would be, I'll just give these challenges into different color. Okay, let's say the common challenges. Okay, the first common challenges would be multiple entries. Multiple entries, right? Multiple entries. All the time they have to do the calculation in Excel. Many entries, many time calculation. And then it comes to the month end activities. Now, what are the month end activities? In TRM module called accruals. Accruals, deferrals, mark to market, right? If you do investment in share, you do the mark to market. Then if you buy a forex, then you do the unrealized gain and loss calculation, gain and loss. And then we have an amortizations of expenses for bonds, right? So these performing these particular activities, and then current versus non-current, right? Current versus non-current, calculating these all these things, it's a very tedious job, and they will spend entire month for their doing. So the people who are into the treasury operations, their life would be, if they are working in Excel, their life would be, only Excel, building a report, and third thing would be reporting. So let's say they haven't gotten various reports they have to build, they have to prepare for the different uh, you know authorities, treasury authorities, because their managers wanted to see report from the fixed deposit point of view, each and every different investments with the mutual funds, everything. So what happened, doing all these things, you know calculating, putting some various formula, multiple Excels, all these things, because it is outside of SAP, most of the time you will find that their entire month would be, they will be using this particular activity. So there is no other activities they are involving, only the doing multiple entries, month end activities, reporting, a collection of report, I mean, getting this approval being done, sending this. Okay. Now when SAP, I mean, this is the challenges. Any questions, any doubts so far, whatever I have discussed, you all understood? Yes, no? Is my voice audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So these are the challenges. And now let's say if I'm implementing SAP, let's say a TRM module, let's say if I'm implementing TRM module, so what will happen? First of all, everything would be in SAP, right? These are the first is in SAP system, right? You are not going to enter anything in Excel. It is outside SAP. You have to do a lot of things. Now in implementing TRM module, first of all, you bringing these things into SAP, and then you talk about this segregation of duty, right? Segregation of duties. How? We have front office, front office, middle office, back office concept, right? We can build a role for the three different organizations accordingly, so that front office team, whosoever the person who's creating a deal in a TRM, and the person who is doing the middle office activities, he will perform this one. He cannot go and create the deal into the SAP system. How are we going to control this? We're going to control this via the authorization, right? Authorization of the transaction codes. So it's kind of in basis activities. So this is moralized content governance point of view. Like, I do not, like, your duty I'm not performing, my duty should not perform. So the segregation of duties would be done with an authorization, program authorization. Then all these activities which you are sending Excel to via email, that will get rid of. Like say, the decision metrics can be built in SAP, and then I can send those decision metrics details to the treasury head. How I'm going to send it? Via treasury head, information on decision matrix via workflow. So what is workflow? All you know, workflow is nothing but using this workflow, the event get triggered. I mean, the work item, that information will pass on to the treasury head via the email, or there would be a Fiori app. That custom Fiori app can be developed, or the Fiori app is there. In the Fiori item, he can go and see this particular work item, and he approve. Once it approved, then it will go to the next level. Then creation teams will come, and then all this posting, posting of accounting is automated, right? You no need to do these things. You no need to do this accounting posting manually. Let's say you have a very big organization, 500 company codes, and you have a limited team, centralized, TRM team. Do you think that kind of activities can be performed in Excel? Answer is no. So that's the reason they are taking this TRM module where all the posting would be automated. Not only posting, but also month end activities. Month end activities means you're all sort of month end activities, be it accrual, oblique deferral, be it, let's say, current versus non-current calculation. What is current versus non-current? Business wanted to understand, okay, for this year, what are the expenses if I'm doing the investments, let's say five, investment in the five different fixed deposits. So for that, you should calculate me for this much, what is the amount, total amount would be for this current year, and what is the amount would be for next year, what is the total. So if you invested, let's say 100 million, let's say, for this year, what is the current portion of it, and what is the non-current portion of that investment, that calculation. Then your mark to market, right? Mark to market, we call it M2M. M2M, it will come when you do the investment in shares, oblique mutual funds, right? Okay, so that point of time you have to do. Then there is a call. Let's say you have taken a loan in a variable rate of interest. Okay, it's not a month end activities. Okay, and a month end and other activities. I'm talking about the fourth point, which I'm talking about. Call. Let's say you have taken a loan, right? Let's say you have taken a home loan. Many of you have a home loan. So what happened if you, I mean, most of you have taken a home loan in the variable rate of interest because the fixed rate of interest is very high. So normally bank will suggest the variable rate of interest. Now you maybe not be knowing sometimes because we sometimes we don't know, like the rate will get changed from fixed to variable. I mean, if you're taking a variable rate of interest, let's say I have taken a loan, variable home loan at 7.5% rate of interest. Now if I go and see the rate has changed to 8.4. So imagine business has taken a various loan and these are be calculated on the reference interest rate. That means if you're taken a loan, the loan gets sanctioned with a component called, uh, in India it's a MIBOR plus and minus 1% or 1.5%. This is profit for the company. Cost of borrowing plus the margin, service charges, or the margin, not service charges, for margin plus on one. Now if the rate of interest, let's say, change from, let's say, 7.4 to 8.25%. Now you have a 200 300 loans. It is very difficult to do the manual, go and update the rate of interest manually for all these things. You think of an Excel point of view. So SAP has come up with this thing solution called automatic update of reference interest rate, right? Automatic update of interest rates. So all these things, like then amortization of bonds, right? Whatever the premiums, or if you purchase a bond at the, let's say at discounted price or the premium price, for that, if you wanted to do the amortizations, or let's say some kind of charges you wanted to do the amortization right on, then all these calculations will be done in the SAP itself. So what happened now, the TRM, once it is implemented, all the aggregations of duties, reporting, and then comes to the reporting would be happening here in SAP. So I'm sorry, various Fiori reports, Fiori reports are available, you know, and then also we can build a lot of reports we have to build as a part of the process. So this would be one time activity. So that's all about this, the TRM module all about. So any question, guys? All you understood? Am I able to make you understand the SAP TRM module importance of it?
Yep.
Yeah, big.
Okay.
Yeah. A small doubt here. So, how many submodules of the TRM, the total, how many submodules are having under the TRM, comes under the TRM?
Mhm. So if we talk about, we do not call it as a sub module, but yeah, we call it as a product group. So in TRM, we have a different product group. The product groups talking about the different financial instrument. This product group is segregated. So example, we have a product group called MM stand for money market. We have a called FX, Forex, foreign exchange. Under that there are different. So example, when you talk about this product group of money market, what are the product type is there inside that? Okay, 1 minute. stand for the money market. We have a Forex, we have a we have a securities module, we have a trade finance, we have a derivative. Okay, so these are the product group of the SAP TRM module. So example, if you go to this particular folder SPRO, SAP reference IMG, financial supply chain management, treasury and risk management, and transaction manager, you can see money market, foreign exchange, securities, derivatives, trade finance. Now, derivatives would be segregated into two: listed derivatives, OTC derivatives. The OTC derivatives are like over the counter, which is means from the bank. If you're buying any derivative instrument, that are called OTC derivative. If you are buying any derivative instrument from the exchange market, these are called listed derivatives. So under money market, there will be different, so many products are there. Example, when you're talking about the money market, we have a fixed term deposit. So now these are called financial instrument, share instruments, and in SAP TRM, it's called a product group, product type. So product type is nothing but a various financial instruments. Under this financial instrument, under this particular uh, financial, under this product group, there are different financial instrument. These are called fixed term deposit, or let's say deposit at notice, called commercial paper, okay, interest rate instrument, interest rate instruments, right? So under the interest rate instrument, you have a different different product you can build it. As I said, you have a call, the loans can be termed in a different way. It would be categorized under fund based, non fund based. Under fund based, there is called the term loan, working capital demand loan, overdraft facilities, packing credit, buyer's credit, bill discounting. Okay, under non-fund based, there is a product called loan product called letter of credit, bank guarantee, corporate guarantee. So like that, these are the various financial instruments come into the picture. Clear?
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I like I seen in this screen, SAP screen, there is a great management like cash pool, deal management, and in-house management. There is so many like there is other modules also there. So
Mhm.
is it related to this, like you discussed, like just now you explained, these all are related, comes under this credit management, deal management, advanced cash management, under this, so these areas are what,
No, 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 no. See example here. If you see that this is now the areas are very big. When you're talking about the treasury, we are only talking about these particular things. But when you're talking about the financial supply chain management as a whole, so it has got so many things. Example, you have an cash and liquidity management, you have a biller direct,
these all are
collection
FSCM. It's come under
correct.
FSCM or what?
Yes, it's part of an FSCM module. These are all different module altogether. Let's say if you wanted to learn bank communication, it's a different one. FSCM credit collection, now it's called the receivable management. Under the receivable management, it comes dispute management, credit management, collection management, cash and liquidity management. It's a part of cash and bank, which is called advanced bank account management. So in TRM, like you have an in-house cash, advanced payment management. So these are all part of FSCM, but TRM is also part of FSCM. But we cannot learn all the things, because if you learn, it will be an extensive module, so we cannot do. We only focus on the SAP TRM module altogether. So now let me give you a kind of understanding SAP TRM module, how it works. So if we're talking about the solutioning as a package from the SAP, so SAP, you can see this particular solution design of the SAP TRM module. So it has a credit risk analyzer, market risk analyzer, portfolio analyzer. So these are section. It's talking about the uh, you know risk management perspective. Under that we have an hedge management. Under that we have an exposure under hedge management, hedge accounting. Okay, these are the risk management part of it. And this under that, below there is a called transaction manager. You can see create deal, settle deal, post deal, evaluate deal. These are the part of your transaction manager. We talk about the treasury module as a financial instruments. So under that particular transaction manager, TRM module not only talking about the only the financial instrument to be available, like all the financial, it's also talking about the entire end-to-end process mapping. So example, in any typical treasury organization, if you work, you find that these are the normal activities, like creation of this transaction, then validation by the middle office team, and then posting of this transaction accounting flow, then evaluate the deal, evaluations of the deal in the various perspective, ratings. If my, like mark to market, we do that unrealized gain and loss, accrual posting. So these are the various evaluation process. And it is also taking about our end to end organization structure, like your, as we say, the segregation of the duties, like front office, middle office, and the back office or accounting team of it. And the TRM module is it's a group under the product group, which we call it as a money market, foreign exchange, derivatives, debt managements like bonds. When you talk about the debt management, debt means basically loans in the form of maybe bonds or bank loan, commercial paper facilities. So under securities, these are the various financial instruments we are dealing with that. Now, see example, as a CFO's Dick's point of view, what is the most important point? What is the most important thing is that head of corporate treasury point of view, he would like to see, under treasury, all sort of payments and bank communication, cash and liquidity, debt and investments, financial risk management for commodity, treasury governance. So, treasury module is not only talking about the financial instrument, but it's also talking about the payment perspective. Cash and liquidity means it's a treasury manager who will taking a decision whether to continue with this particular investment, whether I do have an cash position available to me to do the investment, whether I have a sufficient money. All these things would be a part of this corporate treasury deficit. Now, when you talk about the end-to-end solution point of view of S4 HANA, so you can see it is integrated with this many things. Example, like we have a trading platform integration tool. It's a kind of an you I mean it's a kind of SAP's product. What happened, any request, so example, as a part of the process, what happened when you buy any forex item, you normally go and collect the various rates. Let's say if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to make a payment today, or let's say tomorrow. So what happened is the treasury teams first go and check in, they already buy some kind of portal called, where it will give you exact exchange rate, buying selling exchange rate between USD INR. And normally whatever you see it in that the buying rate, selling rate, that always, if you go to the Thomas Cook or any other intermediaries, so they will always keep the margin very high. So what the business will do, they first go to their portal and see the what is the exact buying selling rate of the USD INR, and then they will go and negotiate with the bank. Okay, I wanted to buy this to make a payment in USD. So what is the best buying rate? What is the best USD INR rate you can provide me? So then negotiations start. So in order to process, to collect this particular codes from the different banks, it requires a process. Example, you collect the code, and then the based on the negotiation with the bank, whatever cost it the best, you select the one. And then what will happen, based on that code, you whatever you selected, it will come, it will create the deal automatically into the system. So that kind of integration automations can be done using this trading platform integrations. And also, like integrated to the SAP ECC. So example, what happened, um, see, nowadays nobody wants to, because everybody is moving out to this from ECC to S4 HANA. But what happened is the integration is possible with the SAP ECC. And if you're talking about this particular, it has a trading platform integrations, and it has got a many other integration tools. Example, you for the market data. What is market data? Market data is nothing but, let's say you are getting the various rate. Let's say you invested in mutual funds, or let's say you invested in equities. You wanted to get the month end quote, let's call a mark to market. The mark to market, from where you get it? Or let's say you wanted to update various exchange rate apart from your M exchange rate in the SAP. In treasury, we use the buying exchange rate type B plus G, selling rate, buying rate, selling rate of the bank. Those data would be provided as a part of the solution of the Bloomberg or Thomson Reuters. So they will send this data to us, or let's say any changes in the reference interest rate called MIBOR rate. All this rate would be provided by the Bloomberg as a third party integration, third party tool. And then we have a receptor. There are various APIs are there, function modules are available, which will capture those data from the Bloomberg and update it into the various different tables. Let's say if it's a reference table, it will go and update those data in 2056p table. And from then, once it is updated, only then we do this run, automatic run adjusted. That means automatic update of the variable interest rate if there isn't any change. Then yes, of course, we have various digital payments add-ons, right? It's available. It's called an um, uh, payment add-ons. I forget the name, but yes, there is a payment add-ons. Using this add-ons, you can use it various credit card services and all. Then we have a multi-bank connectivity. So these are the various extended tool, available as a part of as a treasury solution. Trading platform integration, FX flow, Bloomberg, multi-bank connectivity. So multi-bank connectivity, it talks about all sort of your PIPO things. Let's say whenever you're sending the file to the bank, you normally have a middleware. So traditionally, what happened? The file will pick the file DME file from the AL11 directory and push it to the bank server. So now what happened? SAP comes with a multi-bank connectivity where you don't need any middleware. So what will happen? It has link with the cloud server. It will pick the file from there. The moment you execute the F110 run and DME file generate, the MBC connector will be there, who will pick the file from the AL11 directory and send it to the cloud. And from there, cloud, they will send the payment file to the bank. So you don't need any background job to be scheduled, no PIPO middleware. The entire multi-bank connectivity is a solution for sending and receiving file from the third party, or sending it from internal system to bank, from bank to SAP. All would be performed in the multi-bank connectivities. And we have a cash application app which is not part of SAP. There's a separate application. It is integrated with the machine learning. Now, as a treasury solution, as a treasury management, it's a portfolio solution if you're talking about. So the first thing is that the payment and bank communications. Example, what happened? All the payments you can route it via the MBC. You can make all the payment approval using the bank communication management, which is a part of your FSCM module. The cash and liquidity management, which is one of the most important report, and it is this particular cash and liquidity management. It has a two part of it. One is cash and liquidity management forecast, liquidity forecast, and liquidity planning. So liquidity planning would be done as in part of SAP Analytical Cloud, and it has got so many features called predictive analysis. And the cash management and liquidity forecast is talks about all the your immediate cash position as well as your liquidity forecast from the various source. Let's say APAR, purchase order, sales order. The moment purchase order get created, it will create a liability positions accordingly. Now, debt and investment, as we discussed already, the debt and investments primarily, if you talk about the SAP TRM module, it primarily talks about the debt and investment. In debt, we talks about on loans from the various, uh, financial instrument perspective. Loan could be when you're taking a loan. Loan could be in the different form. In the form you're taking the loan, with a loan from the external via the bank, or you issue a commercial paper or issue a bond by which you also taking a loan. When you talk about the investment, various financial instruments are available in SAP TRM module, which can be used for the part of your SAP TRM. Then we talk about the SAP financial risk management point of view. Foreign exchange, interest rate, commodity price, any counterparty risks, all would be taken care under the SAP risk management module. Okay, so when you talk about this end-to-end solution, so these are the complete end-to-end SAP TRM solution. So along with the TRM, we have in cash and liquidity management, electronic bank statement, which is supporting this particular. So example, uh, your payment operations, workflow and signature, monitoring status, tracking payment history. These are all part of advanced bank account management. Now, uh, in ECC, you might have seen that in the creation of the house banking is a part of IT jobs, right? Normally, the business will comes to you and create a ticket for the same. Huh. Anybody wants to say something?
No, you're correct.
So now what happened? This ideally, although it is part of treasury team, so now SAP look into that, and they make this as a master data. So under the bank advanced bank account management, you will see that those creation of the house bank key, bank account management, you are a part of master data. You no longer need to create via the SAP configuration. However, still bank key you can create in SAP GUI screen, but SAP recommend not to use those particular things from ECC GUI or SAP GUI. Sorry, not ECC, but rather you can go and create under the different Fury app, where you can go and create not only bank key, house bank, as well as bank account manage bank account. So all these things would be part of your treasury management now. Now, primarily, as I said, that it is TRM, it's dealt with the only data and investment, but it is linked with this other modules too of the FSCM, let's say cash and liquidity management, bank communication management, as well as risk management of it. Now it has a shared capabilities called machine learning for predictive analysis, but not for the main product altogether. Like this machine learning predictive analysis is a part of your SAP Analytical Cloud. So in the SAP Analytical Cloud, what we do, we kind of do the planning. So any sort of planning from the financial various department of the treasuries or the finance would be done under the SAP Analytical Cloud. So there it has a function called, you can do all sort of predictive analysis, machine learning to analyze the data from the different perspective, and working capital management, treasury governments, treasury governance in the sense, like your all sort of authorization workflow. Based on that, you basically doing all sort of governance, like you assigning the appropriate role to the particular user, so that he can perform only the task he is doing. Let's say if it is um, front office team, he's supposed to create a deal, he should not supposed to go and do this activities of the middle office team, where he can go and settle the deal. So these kind of activities can be controlled from the various role perspective. We provide a role to the respective users, and accordingly it would be controlled from that side. These are the various innovations from the treasury. As we said, that payment of cash, treasury benefits, like we have an advanced bank account management, cash and liquidity management. We have an hedge and exposure and hedge management, and it has a lot of scope has been given to do the automation. Let's say we have done a many automation on the exposures. The moment the purchase order created in foreign currency, a exposure get created. Any sales order get created in foreign currency, exposure get created. So like that, many automations has been provided as a part of scope, innovations. And Fury app, using those things you can automate. So all these activities, so example, in your day-to-day process, example, the creation of the deal can be automated using the trading platform integration tool. Example, business can do the Excel update to create any sort of treasury transaction into the system. Or let's say there would be various external system. If the data we have received from the various external system, then it would be, from the external system data is coming and updating the field. There would be various BAPIs are available, who will collect the data from the different source system and create a deal automatically. All your month end activities can be um, scheduled in the background job. So this about this one, and it's the same thing, repeating thing. So yeah, so that's it from my side. So any questions, any doubt before I wind up the session, or
Yeah, Abhi, I have a question regarding this cash and liquidity management for new bank accounting functionality. That we see that after making payments via app 110 or manual payments or payment approval are done, and so a payment file is generated in system. So my question is that is this part of the TRM module?
uh, it is a part of. Sorry, can you repeat once again, please? I might have lost you somewhere.
Acha, means to say that in new bank accounting functionality that we can see that we are making payments by payment run for F110 or manual payments that we done. So there is some kind of approval process in companies that they will go for the approval for the payments with the CFO or the finance managers. And after the approval process, payment file is generated, and this payment file is sent to the banks, and banks will pay on the behalf of this. So this whole process is this part of the tier module. Is there any
No, 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 no. This kind of an various other modules, let's say FI module, if you're talking about the bank account management. But yes, we will see how to create the bank account management from the Fury tiles. But as you say that this Fury app application is a normal process. Like there would be say various modules altogether. If you wanted to implement bank communication management, if you wanted to implement advanced bank account management, but we understand, we'll try to show you how this bank account creation would be done as a part of Fiori application. So we'll create all the bank key, house bank, and bank account via the Fiori app. But as you said
When
that it is a part of AP team, TRM team would be coming to picture the bank account creations, but the payment normally would be part of TRM or treasury. They will only go and see the report. The execution of these things would be done by AP teams. Yes.
okay, it is the part of the BCM, bank communication management. There they will send the payment
In
cash file.
case, in case, if they want all the approvals to be done in the SAP, in that case, yes, they can go and implement. Your client can go and implement SAP bank communication management. It has a different objective behind that. Example here, let's say you don't want this approval to be done in the portal itself. See, normally what happened, the moment F110 get executed, there would be person, the file will be sending from the uh, via the middleware team from the AL11 directory to the bank portal. The bank portal, it will be lying until unless there will be some person, authorized signatory, who goes to the bank portal and approve it, right? So that particular functionality we can bring it to the as a part of the BCM. So what happened in that case? All your approval would be done in SAP only. Once the approval being done, only then their DME file or the payment file would be sent to the bank for the payment. And there is an option called digital signature. The file will goes with the digital signature, and there is a various mechanism called token functions that can be also, you can build it with the digital. So file will go with the digital signatures of the approvers, and then there will be no further approval required to log into the bank portal. So that way the solution can be built.
Okay, okay. Just let me clear that the cash and liquidity management and the cash management both um, are different modules other than DRM, or it is a sub-component of
We'll see that it is a part of TRM module. Although it's because folder wise you see that there will be different folder, but TRM functionality cannot be completed without cash and liquidity management. So we also see the cash and liquidity management, how it works in SAP as a part of SAP TRM module perspective. Means we'll go through the functions configurations of the SAP cash and liquidity management to see that how the reports is appear. So example, if treasury manager has to take a decision to make a payment, so how he going to analyze the report? Yes.
okay, that's my end. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello,
So
Abhi.
hi.
Shailesh here. Are you covering what is the difference between the public cloud and private cloud?
See, difference is nothing but in the public cloud, everything would be yours only. Yours, the when you talk about the public cloud, the server would be from the SAP side, applications, everything. So you only need a basically, the license, the subscriptions, and internet. You don't need to pay for the hardware. So
No, that
currently,
is I know,
fun.
but that is
I'll
I
come to
know
that
that.
point. Come to the point. I'll come to the point. So in public cloud, there is a very limited scope of building your
Configuration.
own configurations. Only limited products are there currently at present. Not all the products are implemented. You do not get the functionality of to tweaking the various, building a various report, custom report. You have to go with the only standard reports. So these are the many challenges. So example, it is not like companies are implementing, provided they accept the standard report, standard functionalities, whatever is available. If they are looking for extended report, extended thing, then public cloud is not the best choice for them. But yes, going forward you will see that everything would be kind of public cloud only. Right now there is only two things, the private cloud or public cloud. Now SAP itself is not selling the on-premises licenses anymore. This is one of the information I thought of telling you. SAP is now focusing on the either private cloud or public cloud. Private cloud is just like in your on-premises. Yeah. The
Okay. And also,
functionality wise, everything is same. So example, whatever you're trying to do it in SAP, standard way in SEC S4, I mean S4 HANA. Same functionality you can able to perform in public cloud also.
But there
But
in a public cloud, there is no difference in that is means it is not a like a TRM model is separate, finance is separate, controlling is separate.
yes,
All
of
are
course it will be.
together now.
No, 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 no. It is nothing called together. You have to buy separate licenses for TRM modules, cash and bank management
So,
module.
so that is a scope item. We have to buy the scope.
Yes,
We have to pay the for the scope item as well.
yes. It would be the moment whatever the scope IDs you are activating based on that the areas you wanted to go for it. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Any other
So,
questions? Hmm.
yes, Abhi, I have one question.
Yes.
Are you going to cover this one, cash management, IHC and BCM,
No,
hedging
no, no,
and
no,
risk
no, no.
analyzer?
No, 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 no. I am not going to cover that many things. IHC is a different module, and we don't going to cover. What are the things we're going to cover? Cash and liquidity management, yes. Advanced bank account management, and yes, from the treasury module, what are the things are there? We're going to cover. Let's say risk management perspective, like exposure, hedge management, forward contract for risk mitigations tool. Everything will be going taking care, but not like IHC because IHC is a different module altogether, and it required a different time. Like if you wanted to learn SAP IHC, it requires another 40-50 hours, so it cannot be accommodated. It's not a part of TRM module, it's an FSCM module. So in that case, I'm not going to cover also bank communication management or credit collection dispute, no. So it is, we are
So you
only
are
stick to
not
the.
okay. You are not going to cover overview also, right? For
No,
this
no, 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 no.
content.
Overview. If you want, we have an already overview session we have given, so that recording will be providing it to you. Yes, I have done a very good overview on the cash management IHC, basically IHC. That that details I will be sharing it to you.
Okay. So
Uh,
basically, in our project, there is a requirement of IHC and BCM and cache management, particularly for end-to-end configuration part. So that is the reason I have asked you whether you are going to cover or.
No, no, no. This is stick to the TRM module. So we are not going to take care of the BCM or those point of view. And if you need, I mean, there will be separate things, but not the extensive things you are looking. And another thing is, nobody is giving training these three together. So you have to take maybe cash management or BCM in a one or IHC in other ways.
Okay. Even age also you are not going to cover, right?
Yeah. So it's all anything related to the treasury will come cover. Yes.
To add this
Okay.
one, Gunjan, actually, whichever the modules you are talking about, those are the separate one. ISC separate 45 hours, and BCM is also, approximately 40 years of training. So everything cannot be consolidated in one whole training. It is going to be a very huge kind of, requirement. So we are not covering those things. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank
Uh,
you. But
a-
thank you, Obi.
Actually, in the course content, it mentioned as overview of IHC and
Yes, yes,
BCM and cash
overview will be
management
given.
too,
Yeah, as
as a
Abhi
top.
said rightly. Yeah, Abhi said rightly. So we are going to provide you the recorded sessions of that particular recorded session, which is being covered in the
Mm-hmm.
previous batches. So the proper well overview is been shown by Abhi. So those recordings we are going to share with you.
Acha, so cash management and BCM will also not be covered in this.
BCM is a separate thing. Just an overview, we can give you the recordings of the overview, which has been covered in the past sessions. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
So as he rightly said, overview of the BCM, overview of the cash management, we'll be sending a recorded session for your understanding. But this would not be part of this. Yeah, mean overview would be separately shared to you. So anybody has got any questions, anything related to that, topic, or anything on that on the subject, whatever we have discussed today.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Vaidehi.
Yeah. So I need to ask that why companies go for third-party integration?
Can you comment once again? Why company goes with third party?
Integration, like what you explained, that the treasury models, the bank details will go to the third party and the payments will be done. So why this is required?
See, it's not a. I mean, third party integration is always required in the sense. Example, the the exchange rate, right? If you're working in SAP FICO, you see that the exchange rate would be, it's not collecting by the SAP manually. Let's say if you are having an exchange rate for the various countries, now who is the provider, service provider? It's not an SAP, right? Or example, if you wanted to get the rating of the bank, it's not a SAP who will provide the rate, it would be provided by the rating agencies. So that's a reason you need to have an integrations with the other third party tool who is providing these services.
Okay, and if the integration is there, then how the treasury will integrate with the third party?
See, there is an called. It's a technical team you required. Only you have to understand, what are the BAPIs available to collect this exchange rates. I mean, to collect this exchange rate, and accordingly, you have to give this BAPI to your technical team, selecting the right kind of BAPIs. And there are various SAP notes are available, which will tell you what are the BAPI available for the exchange rate update into the from the Bloomberg.
Okay, thank you.
Sir Balaji here.
Hi, Balaji.
Yeah, sir, I just want to know how TRM get applied in hospitality industry, or how are there any applications of TRM in hospitality industry or client? How we
See,
can use TRM? Yeah.
see. One thing I just want to tell you, TRM module is applicable to all industry. It is not like that, industry specific or things. Example, even
Okay.
hospitality industry also they are taking loan, they are doing the
Mm-hmm.
investments, right?
Yeah.
Or they have, so whatever the features you see that it would be across all the industry. So
Okay.
maybe in SAP there would be various module called FICA, which is talking about
Mm-hmm.
different industry altogether. But TRM module is fit to all industry. It is not like industry wise it will get changed, but it is like which product they are using accordingly. This would be applied. Example, if it is particular industry you go, so depending what are the product financial instrument they are using, so
Mm-hmm.
on that basis only they will going to take it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, we can wind up the session.
Yes, sir.
What
I
do you say?
think yes, sir. So I think everybody has got a very great insight of what SAP Treasury Risk Management. Sir, the last thing I would like from your side, can you just brief for a couple of second minutes, like what are the opportunities they are getting? So most of them will be more interested, like what are the how the opportunities of TRM if they are opting for getting into TRM, what would be their career perspective going ahead? So a brief overview on that one, if possible.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ira. So, first of all, the I will try to tell you, like, if you are in 3, 4, 5 years of experience into FIC, or 6 years or more than SAP TRM, like going forward, you will feel that SAP FICO is not a very demanding right now. Means, example, for one SAP FICO, you may see lakhs of candidate who is applying. Please go and check. If you go to the Naukri also, you can see number of. So the competitions are very high. And another thing is now more and more people are coming. Many freshers are coming. So the competition will be huge. So If you are an experienced consultant, you already working for 5 years and you have a good domain experience or whatever, SAP TRM, it's a very high demanding module into the market. So applying these skill sets, it's in one of the hot cake in the market, like SAP TRM. If you are a FICO and you also learn SAP TRM, you can, first of all, you can switch to companies, or in your existing companies also there is a chances of grow from the various application implementation perspective. A lot of freshers, lot of experience, there is a lots of demand from the various areas of TRM. Means TRM model, especially the people like we in our company, we are looking for a people who are experienced, who have a good understanding. We are not getting it. So you can think of it like how it is. So there is a one in short, SAP TRM would be the good boost to your career. You can, if you wanted to switch, move it to the another areas. This is one of the things. You have a lot of opportunities from the overseas areas. Like if you wanted to plan to settle US or let's say Dubai, Saudi, huge and huge requirement on the SAP. The person, the consultant who have experience is SAP TRN module. So many options, many opportunities globally are available. I have seen few, the people, one of the friend of mine who is right now moved to Europe. He isn't TRM consultant, but currently working on the advanced bank account management or cash management. Only one portion of it. So like that.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate Abhi. So it was a very nice session, guys. So I really appreciate Abhi your patience and giving your extensive knowledge. I really appreciate. Thank you so much, Abhi, and thanks everyone. So going forward, we'll be having the first session is starting. So Sana would be the right person to coordinate. So she'll be giving the further details how we are going to proceed for the further sessions. Okay. All right. If you are having any queries, you can still reach to her. She's the right person to answer all your queries with respect to the administration aspects. If at all you want to have any technical queries, still you can call her to put a conference call with me or with Abhi, so that we can clarify your doubts. Thank you so much. Really appreciate, guys, for your time, and thank you so much, Abhi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.